And here we go, once again, with another episode of Everything Combat, because by gosh, life is a fight. Riding shotgun as always. UFC Hall of Famer, trainer of champions, eater of worlds, Patrick Miletich. What's up, champ?
I'm with Jeff, and I'm happy to be here.
I mean, what could be better, right? What could be better? Other than our guest today. She is going to be competing Saturday, October 16th. Her opponent will be Cori Noble. Mm-hmm. She has, she's got her game face on. I can tell it already. Saturday, October 16th, live from the River Center right here in downtown Davenport, Iowa. And if you can't make it to the quad, you can check us out at cagedaggression.tv. And you can even buy the fight, order the fight through a referral code through Claire Schneckloth. How are we doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
We're doing fantastic. We woke up today, so everything else is gravy. Claire, of course, fighting out of Nyquist Roundhouse Martial Arts, the Mitt Beast Boxing and MMA, and Asylum Athletic Club. Mm-hmm. How is training going?
It is good, and I am kind of switching up situations with jobs, so I am going to get into Summit as well.
Okay.
So, yeah, that's very exciting for me because it's like to take that away, but it's like you got to work around work.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, no, that's very exciting.
Did they mention what shift you would be working?
No. Just nights. So I would be getting off about 7 a.m. So probably third, and then it's like back and forth. So I think more days than not, I'll be able to go there. I hope.
Keeping that train moving.
Yeah.
When will you be starting your new job?
Monday.
Monday. So your internal clock is going to get thrown off a little bit on this.
A little bit.
Oh, yeah, it will. But I'm used to changing schedules, and I can do that. It'll take me like a few days to get used to it. But
train at night before you go in.
Okay.
Right? And then you have a chance to train in the morning. It's a couple hours after you get off. Mm-hmm. And then you got to sleep in between somehow, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I've done it before, and getting off and going to practice was the easiest.
Right.
But waking up and training is a nightmare for me every single time.
Do you have a place to sleep that's totally black, totally dark? Because it's midday.
No, it's very, very bright. My room, like very, very bright.
Right.
And, but I sleep very well whenever I need to.
Good.
Yeah, I could just nap. The snap of a finger.
That's good.
Don't snap your finger.
No, I'm very enviable. It takes me forever to fall asleep. But you have a very unique, for lack of a better term, origin story. Obviously, not everybody's cut out to be a mixed martial artist, but you've been through some stuff, man. You died, came back. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah. If somebody says not to do something for a good reason, listen to them. That's what happened, and I went four-wheeling, and it was actually the cops saying not to do it because they had a bad feeling about four-wheeling in general. I was like, I came out here to do that, so.
But he said don't go four-wheeling because of what specifically?
We have a bad feeling about that tonight. I said, we drove all the way out here to do that tonight, so we will. And I backed up and went running into the backyard, and I really convinced them all to do it. And we took off, and we ended up crashing. And
totally sober?
No, not. It was hard for me to control the fact that I just turned 21. I was a little wild from there on out.
Well, you made it through it, obviously, and from there on out, not only did you cheat death on the ATV accident.
Yeah,
but
I blame that. Yeah.
Well, and then you also decided to climb the Centennial Bridge. So clearly, there's what do they call those T personalities or T complex or something like that? People are just adrenaline junkies.
Yeah. I'm never satisfied with whatever I'm doing. One time, my friend Bridget said that I'm like one of those kids on Made. She's like, you were just always doing something different. You always want to be something new.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, here you are now, a mixed martial artist.
Working to be one. Working to be a decent one, yeah.
Well, we're all works in progress. But here's your opponent, coming up October 16th, Cori Noble. What do you know about her?
More than I did the last time I was in here. Because someone at my work told me to buckle up because I was going to die. I'm like, that's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah, I better research her now. Ooh, so she's a great athlete. She's even she's just a really awesome person. So that's terrific. I can't wait to meet her. It'll be really fun. Yeah. So, I mean, it's
So what does she do specifically, technique wise, ground, standing? You know, where are her strengths in your mind? You know, what has she shown you that's obvious that anyone could look at the film and go, okay, she's really good at submissions, or she has very good Muay Thai. I have to watch out for that. You know,
Without revealing the game plan, of
well,
course.
and yeah, it's there is no
I need
no
people
game
like
plan.
you to specifically say exactly what you're trying to hear right now. But I just look at the rankings and I'm like, whoa. But like, that's exciting to me because it's like me going against me if I was better looking, a better athlete. Like, this is just going to be awesome. Like, she just likes, and like the first thing I saw on what the person at work saw on Google was just like, it's like, oh my God, I'm excited to meet her. She seems really cool. Like, I mean, but they always do seem really cool, and they always are really cool.
It's so funny your approach.
I
It's
love
like
them
you're
all.
going to coffee or something. Like, I can't wait to
Yeah.
have coffee with Cori. It's like you have
Yeah.
this weird not weird, but it's so
Yeah.
unique to you, your disposition before you, Eileen Villalobos or any of your opponents, you have like such reverence and you like
The
like
fight
these
itself
people.
is just like practice to me, and it's shorter. Like, that's what makes it so easy and like fun.
Absolutely.
It's like the world's shortest practice. That's what they said to me before my last fight, was that they're like, can you imagine how great it would be if your practice was this short? I said, the best in the world.
Right. So you're prepared for whatever is thrown your way, you're prepared for it, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. And I remember right when I started, I said to them, I was like, I'll fight anybody that's in my weight class. Like, why wouldn't I? And it's like, now it's starting to make sense why I wouldn't. But, but I'm learning every time I do it.
Yes.
And I just like never have less fun. Like, it's like, it doesn't matter how good she is. I'm still going to have the same amount of fun.
Right. Interesting. Being punched and punching someone else is fun.
It's a filthy good time. Yeah. Yes.
Well, you also had a very unique opportunity to,
Yeah.
throw a little hands or have this gentleman hold some mitts for you. What was that?
Yes.
Not everybody is afforded that
It
experience.
was an absolute honor. I definitely learned a lot, and he had a good way of making me actually learn it. And it's not easy for people to do because I'm such a grasshopper with the sport. So
For sure.
just learning things is difficult, and I learned a lot. Yeah, I'm just.
Well, you get a chance to learn from a lot of people in this area, Drew McFedries and several other guys, Junior Hernandez, and another boxing coach in the area as well, right? So,
Yeah.
that's a good thing to have a lot of people in the area that have a lot of experience to learn from. So it's, I was gifted that as well, in ways. I had to travel for some of my learning, so to speak.
Yes.
But back in the day, but it's nice to have a lot of experienced people in the Quad Cities.
It is a blessing. I love being able to learn from all these people, and it sucks that some people frown upon that because they just want you to learn from specifically just them and only them. Some people are like that. It's very, very rare, but it's not like, it just isn't really that much like it around here.
Right.
Like, everybody's so cool, and with all my different work schedules, because especially now, like, it's going to change every time a job gets done. So I might have more time for Summit or more time for Kenny's or
Right.
more time
How
for
important, I mean,
MMAG.
every fighter, especially when you're in camp, you necessarily can't adhere to your normal schedule. How important is, your sponsorship? Like, you have Heather Davis and Yabba Davis, House of Glass. How important is sponsorship to being able to keep your focus on training camp?
It is 210% because it's like all my money is used for the training, for the food, and it's when you're training, it's not the same. Some people it is. For me, it's not the same food. It's more expensive when I'm training because it's the right stuff, and it's
Yes.
easier for me to diet when it's expensive stuff that I can just, like, I don't know.
You're
It's
not-
easier
you're not
for me
gonna-
to meal prep when it's
Right.
more expensive stuff. It really is.
It's not TV dinners.
No happy meals.
That is a fact, yeah. Unfortunately, no.
So without giving away too much of your game plan, and not even because each time you step in, like you said, you're learning each and every time. Any expectations, any predictions? What could we expect on October 16th with you and Mrs. Noble. Miss Noble, I'm not sure.
I
what
have
it is.
trained hard enough to survive, I think. Survive. That's always my goal. Whatever happens, happens. Like, I'm always like ridiculously, that's not true. I'm not always ridiculously surprised, but sometimes I am with how I do. And I think it will show, definitely, because I've done so much more training with this one than the last one. And especially like before, like things happened with my job, and it's just like, it's hard to deal with. Okay, since I found out about this fight, I have changed homes, gotten my tooth pulled, changing jobs. You know, I mean, I've dealt with a lot of like hard expenses because of all those things. I didn't get my deposit from changing homes, and like the house was like super clean. So it's like everything was unexpected, just like when it rains, it pours.
For sure.
And it's like, that makes life fun. It wouldn't be fun if it didn't happen like that. So everything is great now. And thanks to Heather and Shiloh from Busted Barbell Fitness, like they didn't even like question it. They just sent me the money, and it's like they completely saved me. Like, it's like they literally fed me.
Nice.
So yeah.
Shout out to Heather Dabbis.
Oh my gosh.
You have a Dabbis House of Glass?
Yes, they saved me. I love them.
Well, that's cool, man. So
Yeah.
again, not everybody's cut out for this. It's always fun watching you. And we've talked before, and
Appreciate that.
You've spoken about, there are no really losses, just opportunities to learn. And it seems like you really
Yeah.
kind of absorb that. You sit under any learning tree possible. And I think that's a good approach to learning the game.
Yeah. I just have a couple goals, and one of them is just to grow.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Because, can you ever know everything, champ?
No. No.
You're always learning.
There's just jujitsu alone. You could learn your whole life and not know all of it.
Right.
You just can't. I mean, it's too complex. All of it. The catch wrestling, the Russian Sambo, the wrestling, the Muay Thai, the boxing, there's just so much to it. And then you've got to also the component of strength and conditioning.
Yes.
And then the component of what to eat right that works for your body. All the
So many components.
Yeah, it's just interchangeable, and everybody's body is different pH balances, all this different stuff, different blood types. What type of food does this person need? How do they respond? Do they have food allergies? And artistically, how do they see themselves as a fighter? You run into those problems no matter what. You would think you wouldn't run into these problems now this far into the game. It's the exact same thing where fighters gravitate either artistically, or they're afraid of getting hurt striking, or they aren't as good on the ground or don't believe in themselves in certain areas. And so that's where they lack, because their mind painted that picture and they didn't believe in it. Like, you think about Bruce Jenner, we've talked about that last time after the show. He had to win the decathlon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of different events to get good at.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's mixed martial arts. You have a toolbox. It should be as full of as many tools as you can put in there, so you're prepared to deal with any kind of situation.
Yeah.
It's amazing you said that. It's like my brain just like explodes when it's time to be dieting, and when things are coming up where it's like it's time to just like cut everything out, all the bad stuff, and focus. And it's like then I just start sneaking little snacks, and it's like I have a serious eating problem. Like I'm like seriously concerned about it, because like
you just confirm. See, if you would have said, I no longer have an eating disorder or have an eating problem, you wouldn't have one.
I'm still eating a
So
lot
now
of bad snacks.
your coaches might be hearing this, Mr. Hernandez. Are you listening to this?
Well, I was just saying, that's how we program ourselves, right? So the more I say I'm afraid of heights, the more I'm afraid of heights.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You gotta go skydiving. But like the other day, the look on Lindsay Spencer's face, because we're driving to Joe Laughlin's, and I jumped in her car and I had a pint of ice cream, and we're going there, and I gobbled it down really fast. And we sat down and we were all getting ready to practice, and she goes, "Did you tell them what you've done?"
I know what you did last summer.
Yeah, I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "The ice cream." I was like, okay, I do that before every fight, and it's just like I need to start doing that before every practice instead of like little cakes.
Eat a pint of ice cream before every practice?
Yes, I just need to do the ice cream versus like cakes and like candy bars and just.
How about some broccoli and carrots? And
Yeah, no, I do that because I actually I need to start cooking. It's just like I
You
make
don't like
time.
cooking?
You were
don't like
just talking
cooking?
about how great you were doing
I-
with meal prep, and now you're talking about wolfing down a pint of ice cream before each practice.
See, my weight just goes up and down, and I promise, it's like, don't ever make promises you cannot keep. I promised I was not going to do anything drastic with the weight loss, and
Is that how is? I mean, I guess we just answered.
there's
but
going to be a little drastic.
Well, don't do that to yourself. I mean, you still got 2 weeks. So
It's not going to be as crazy as last time, as promised, but still, it's going to be a miserable few days this week and a little bit of next.
After
she wants a challenge with her challenge.
no, she enjoys pain.
She's a glutton for
pain.
punishment.
That's what
my
it is.
body handles it really well. Like, it's just when I eat the healthy stuff, I can only handle so much healthy, but I could live off of cheeseburgers and ice cream. I'm not kidding. Like, it doesn't upset my stomach. And right after weigh-ins, I know I wolf them down. Everything I just spoke of. Like,
Right, yes.
yeah, and it's just like, and I get like, my body gets so excited, but the ice cream before practice or before a fight,
Is that going to create a pretty big challenge? Like next week, what is it? We got 2 weeks left, so
there's no challenge with weight loss. I've never missed weight.
Okay, so I was going to ask you. I didn't know how bad.
It's just fun to talk about because I love snacks so much, and it's just like how it's like I'm terrified to eat right, and it's just like I just need somebody. Like, I'm gonna get on Craigslist and get a babysitter, somebody to
A nutritionist, I believe they call
gently abuse me and go to my door and just like give them a key and just like wake me up. And I'm already like doing the right things when I'm waking up. Like, thank God. Because
Or going in and cleaning out your refrigerator, freezer, and pantry.
we're not doing that. I'll do that myself. That's what I've been working on. No, it's just like, yeah.
The Frosted Flakes have to go, Claire. I'm sorry.
Well, the thing that you and it's
I got kind cereal, so that's good.
Oh, there you go. There
Yeah,
you
that's
go.
really
That's
good.
delicious.
I can
Yeah.
relate. I can relate to what you're saying in a few ways, but having cut weight from 6th grade till I was 42 years old, basically, 30 years of cutting weight, never missed weight or anything like that. But you learn when you grow up wrestling your whole life, cutting weight, and then fighting and everything else. I always thought about, just stay focused until after your career, and then just have fun. Do your thing, live your life. And there's a reason wrestling coaches and old wrestlers have beer bellies, because that's what happens. They live their whole life so strict, and then they get to, after their careers of wrestling or fighting or whatever, and a lot of them get overweight because they lived so strictly. And then for me anyway, I can eat anything on the planet. I can literally eat anything. I don't care. As long as it's remotely made correctly, I can eat it. And that comes from starvation for so many years.
Starvation.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, seriously, like,
It's like Eddie Murphy when he gets the saltine cracker. Remember in
Yeah,
the stand-up?
yeah.
Tastes like a steak. when you're starving, saltine tastes like a steak.
it's amazing, like, when you really, really have to starve yourself, how crazy it makes you. And it's just like, it doesn't get any better after that. Like, it just like only gets so bad, and then it just stays that way.
Yeah.
But
It just stays bad.
yeah,
It just stays bad.
it just it does. Like, I eat all the time. And when the time comes, I do what I have to do. I do the right thing. And it's like,
Doing the right thing would not be a pint of ice cream before practice. That would be the right
Except
thing.
for the pint of ice cream, I do the right thing. But I mean, it's a good thing that you don't have
the
the
closer
weight
it gets
cut
to it,
issues.
the more smoothies I have. Like, I think in the last week, I've probably drank like 37 eggs.
Oh wow!
So
By smoothie,
I'm doing the right thing
By
too.
smoothies, do you mean blizzards, or are you talking about real smoothies?
no, like, I take berries and
Okay.
almond milk.
So he's going to do hashtags, raw eggs, skydiving, eating disorders, pain, injury,
Someone to come in and beat me,
Near-death
or
experiences.
abuse me. Clary's a unique individual, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And you know what? You're going to be able to see her get on the good foot and do the bad thing when she takes on Cori Noble Saturday, October 16th. If you can't make it to the Quad Cities, CagedAggression.tv. Claire, any final shout outs? Any last threats to your opponent?
Yes, definitely. If you are listening, Cori Noble, I have every intention of adding you on Facebook after the fight. I'm too awkward of a person to do it beforehand.
I'm sorry. You guys could share a
That's-
smoothie or a
I mean,
blizzard together.
that's laying down the law.
Yeah,
I know,
there.
right?
I'm excited to meet you. I come in peace. Yeah.
After the fight, you come in peace,
Yeah.
right? You're ready to do
There's
damage.
no drama. There's no drama. It's just like practice. Yes, we'll have fun. I mean, everybody looks at it differently.
Absolutely.
But yeah, no, it'll be fun. Yeah.
Claire, I love your energy. I love your energy, and I'm
Thank
looking forward to calling your fight once again
appreciate
here on
that.
October 16th. Any last shout outs here, champ?
I'm good, bud.
All right. Well, we wish you the best of luck, and always we thank you so much for your time. I know it's so precious right now. You guys are in training camp. You just got off work, so I know you're very busy. So thank you for allowing us to sit down with you and chop it up. Best of luck
appreciate you.
on October 16th, Saturday.
Thank you.
Claire
It will be
Schneckloth.
fun.
You can go to cageaggression.tv. You could purchase the fight through Claire Schneckloth through the referral code. It's going to be a banging night, man. We have so many great fights on that card. So until next time, guys, check you later. Thank you, Claire.